Welcome to TG's Multiverse. I'm your host, Tyrus, and I'm coming back at you with yet another McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, I guess, Collector's Edition video, folks. We're going to take a look at Professor Pyg, Elongated Man, as well as Blackhawk, along with a few surprises, folks. I got a few little surprises, and I've been looking forward to adding to this video with these specific characters. So, I'll stay tuned for that. These figures really represent, man, just how far I feel this line has gone, man. I mean, it's just like we've gone, we come a long ways, y'all. We come a long ways, man. Because like, I get it, man. People say, this line too Batman heavy. I get it. To each of their own. Despite there's some hiccups and some things that could be better for sure. But yeah, in terms of like just how this line has gone, man, and the different types of characters that we're getting now, it's really interesting to see. The last two waves that's hitting stores and are going on for pre-order doesn't include Batman, and I think that's really cool. It's interesting. It's a nice direction to go in where we will be getting Batman, folks. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I've seen some of the stuff that's coming out, and we're gonna get some Batman for this line in. But there's a lot of other characters that we're getting, that we will be getting, that's going to be really exciting. But man, these characters here represent just how eclectic this line has become, and it's exciting going into the stores and seeing other types of figures than your normal standard figures. Was exciting for me. I was really, I mean, you see my short, man. It was a cool experience to see these different types of characters that I was never my top favorites, but there's just so much fun to have in the collection. So let me stop babbling and let's take a look at these figures, folks. All right, up first, we're going to take a look at my main man, Blackhawk. And again, man, this is so fun to get more of these more grounded, historical, legacy type characters like Blackhawk, like Steve Trevor. This is pretty much a Steve Trevor reincarnated type of a figure. But man, it's just so much fun to get these types of characters. Aside from all of the other fantastical, godlike, super-powered beings / vigilantes that we have in this DC Multiverse collection, man, it's really cool to get this as a bit of a switch up. But first up, we're going to take a look at the collector's card. So we have Blackhawk collector's card here. And on the back, we have the data file. And up next, we have the tried and true McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse display stand, decked out in silver because this is the collector's edition, all right, with the DC logo. And up next, we have a plethora of munitions. And up first, we have seems like a machine gun here. Looks pretty cool. All right, so we have that. And I apologize if I don't have my gun names correctly. I'm not a super gun expert or anything like that. But I do know these all come from the McFarlane Toys munition pack because they look all familiar. I think they just added some paint to them. So we have all this gun here is decked out in all black. We have some brown here, detail at certain points in the gun if my camera can focus. All right, got that. We also have yet another old school gun. It looks really good. All right, so we have that. And then we got yet another, I think this is a shotgun here for Steve Trevor, all right? You can share the love with some other people that we're going to see very shortly, all right? So we got that. And then we have a pistol, all right, decked out in all silver. All right, I believe it's the same pistol that we got with Steve Trevor. To top it off, y'all, you got to have the hair right, all right? So we got a hairpiece, all right? So if you don't want them to rock in the hat, you can rock a good hairpiece, all right? So yeah, this guy is packed with accessories, and hey, what more could I ask for collector's edition figures than to be packed with accessories? Because McFarlane charging with these figures, folks. These things are $34.99. So yeah, they need to come with accessories. So really happy with that. And then I'm happy with the fact that we got a figure like this again, man. And I love this color palette. He's utilizing more of a blue color gradient throughout the costume. It really works for me. I mean, I like the standard one. I've seen it, but when they showed this alternate look for him, I was like, this is what I want. And when you think of Blackhawk, that group, I feel like they're always, well, I guess they do wear the blue, but I'm thinking of a Justice League Unlimited because I've seen them. I think they all had the black outfits. But man, I like this. I just love that the blue gradient designs throughout. It really lifts the areas, the creases within the costume. This is my jam right here, folks, and I think it makes the gold pop that much more. You see the emblem here. He has a little Ascot hat here. Now let's see. Does this hat can this be removed, or how does that work? Okay, yeah. So okay, that's how that works. What's this? All right. So you can remove the hat here, and then you can have this little hairpiece. All right, this is pretty awesome, man. His hair like it's too far off his head. I don't know, like I don't know. The barber he made some mistakes with his hair. I don't know, man. It looks like it looks like it's lifted too far off his head. I don't know. Hey, if it works, it works. I mean, I don't know, man. It looks a little too far out, a little too off for me. But nice idea. A nice idea. Maybe I'm not pushing it down further enough. But this thing look like, yeah, like his barber he made a big mistake on his head. He didn't do him right. He didn't do him justice. So yeah, he need to go back to the barber. But nice idea for this figure here to give him a hairpiece, to do a little bit of a switch up from the hat and everything. It's starting to grow on me. I see where they were going with this here, but I feel like it's just feel like it's lifted too far off away from the forehead. But I still think it works. I still think it works. But overall, man, really cool figure. This is more of a Steve Trevor, a workaround or a repaint. But this looks really good. Now we're going to let's compare him to Steve Trevor. All right, so we're going to take a look at Steve Trevor with our Blackhawk figure. So we're going to take a look at Steve Trevor. So we got Mr. Trevor here, who appears in a very special video, and we had Mr. Blackhawk fell down. So we're gonna put him on. We're gonna see if he can work. All right. So will Steve Trevor stand? All right. So we got Steve Trevor. We got Blackhawk here. We're gonna put Blackhawk on the stand because he acting like he don't want to. All right. All right. So we got Steve Trevor. We got Blackhawk. All right. And let's also bring out another more grounded legacy character that I love, man, and that is Sergeant Rock. So we got the Rock here. All right. So and he can share the wealth, folks. He got plenty of weapons to share the wealth with. All right. So and I just dropped my weapon. Folks, I'm having an episode. I tell you, this is going to be an episode for the ages. So, yeah, you can share the wealth with all these weapons, man, but it's really cool to get like these types of characters together. This is what I wanted to see. And you could also add to the mix another more grounded legacy character, and that is my main man, Jonah Hex. All right, so we got add Jonah Hex to the mix here too. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this is what I want to see. So this is pretty cool, folks. Sergeant Rock, Steve Trevor, Jonah Hex. Come on, man, bring it. And all right, so we have Blackhawk with the hairpiece. We're gonna put his hat back on. I think it put his hat back on. This hairpiece is funny. I like this. Good try, McFarlane. I like that. Give us a hairpiece and some guns. All right. Now the only thing with this figure, man, is that I don't know why they gave us one weapon holding hand and a fisted hand. That made no sense whatsoever. So you can only use one of his hands for all of these weapons that he has. What I recommend you do, what I've done, find a DC Multiverse figure that has the white hands, gloved hands. I'm gonna go with Captain Cole. Let's test that out. All right. All right, folks. 50,000 years later, I attempted to like detach this hand so that I could see if this swappable hand from Captain Cole would go, but the pegs were different. Note to anybody that buys this figure: do not detach this hand here. It is like very difficult to get this thing back on because of how everything is sculpted. So do not detach this hand. I had a time putting it back on, folks. So yeah, it's crazy how they gave us all these weapons, but we just don't have a swappable, trigger holding hand for for this one here. I don't know why we had a fisted hand, but it's just one of those things, man. I think all these weapons work well with him. Outside of this, right, I think this goes better with Jonah Hex here for him to utilize. But other than that, man, yeah, this goes better with Jonah Hex. I like this right here. But yeah, overall, really cool figure, man. As you can see close up, you know, they're using pretty much the same body buck and everything. Paint deco for the military pants, military boots. This portion, of course, this top portion is different face sculpts and everything. So you really get a sense of, you know, putting together a really, really cool legacy group, you know, here with Steve Trevor, Blackhawk, you know, you have Jonah Hex, and also my main man, Sergeant Rock. So I like this team that I put together here. More of a, like I said, more of a grounded military, Western, old school, classic legacy team, man. Love the paint deco that they gave us with the blue variant here. And again, it's a nice switch up from what we have normally with all the figures. And again, even though this piece here lifts up a bit with the hair, I like this addition. It gives us gives you a bit of a switch up from the hat to the hairpiece. All right, up next we have Elongated Man, and I got to tell you, folks, when I saw this guy, when they revealed this guy, I guess at New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, I was like, I'm gonna pass on him, but because I was never a big Elongated Man fan or Plastic Man fan. Plastic Man has grown on me. This guy here, he just takes me back to the classic Justice League comics. So they have grown on me, and I like them. You know, I like Mr. Fantastic, but I was never a big fan of these guys. But now I am. So I guess I'm just babbling for nothing. But anyways, saw this guy in the store, and I was like, man, this guy looks pretty awesome, man. So even though I have my reservations about the body mold, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But here we have Elongated Man's collector's card, looking all classic and everything. Love this image here. On the back, we have his data file. And up next, we have the tried and true DC Multiverse display stand here. We're no stranger to that. And we have pretty much the same swappable hands that we were given with the Plastic Man, all right? So we have that. Okay, so we have the more of a loopy hand, and we also have more of a graspy, wacky hand here. All this looks really good, man. So we have that. Love the paint that's utilized for this bigger overall. We'll talk about that a little bit. And then we have a series of swappable hands. He has a swappable hand treatment here. We have more of an outstretched hand for Elongated Man. We have more of a stretched out forward hand here. We have more of a pointing hand here. All right. And we also have yet another outstretched hand. So we have two outstretched hands, one stretched forward hand, and we also have a pointing hand. All right. So we got a series of swappable hands. We have some loopy swappable arms. And I do want to bring out Plastic Man, all right? So I want to show some love to this figure here because he has made for a very fun figure from within my collection. I got to show this guy some love because I have not done anything on this Plastic Man, so this gives me opportunity to kind of, you know, I'll review this guy and also show some love to Plastic Man because he makes for a really cool, fun character here overall. Love what he's done to my shelf within my, you know, overall DC Multiverse collection. And this guy's he's pretty powerful, folks. I mean, I've read he's been involved in crisis events and Dark Knight Death Metal, and he's no joke, man. He looks a little wacky, but he's pretty powerful. All right, and then to look at his various parts to kind of compare the two. So he does his package with this. This is what I pose him with because I like this right here. I know this is Elongated Man's review, but he's like, man, what you doing? This is my review. But yeah, so we have this right here. I want to show some love to this guy. And then these are the hands that he is packaged with. So we can compare the two. It's pretty much the same thing, just different paint deco, all right? Which is all right. You know, it's cool. You know, you're just utilizing what you have, all right? So we have that. But yeah, man, really solid character overall. And really happy to have this guy within my collection. So we have Plastic Man with Elongated Man. I'm going to put Plastic Man in the back, all right? So he's going to be watching the review. Okay, so we have Ralph Dittany, okay? And what drew me to this figure here is this face. I love this face sculpt. He has this look on his face that's like, man, pretty much what I was doing. He's like, man, what you doing? Like, this is my review. All right. Love the paint deco for the hair. Decked out in more reddish brownish color here, or a red color here. He's a redhead. Again, Face Sculpt has like that attitude, personality that won me over with this figure here. He's decked out in all red. He has the gold band around the waist. If you can see here, he's this is more of like a dark, really dark midnight navy blue. But they added this more of a again that blue gradient within this color palette, and that really brings this figure out much more. And you can see it here in the glove areas. I love the blue gradient that they're utilizing with both he and the Blackhawk figure. They're utilizing both that blue gradient, which really shows out. And again, I love the gold. The gold really pops with this figure, man. The only thing with this guy, man, is just like, I don't know why they didn't give him a more slender body mold. I mean, you know, again, and this articulation for all these figures pretty much are the same, folks. It's like the tried and true McFarlane articulation. So, you know, this guy, you won't have any issues articulating him at all to do what you need in terms of having him to pose and everything. But my thing is this. This is the body mode that they should have used. This is the Superman from the Flashpoint wave. And this is the body mode that I feel like they should have used for this Elongated Man, because he's a slender guy, you know, he's slender. So I don't know why they didn't do that. You have the body mode. It's there. So I don't know why they just did not use that. This most definitely would have worked with Elongated Man to give him more of that slender body mold as opposed to more of a bulkier body mold. I mean, even for Plastic Man, I feel like he could have used a more of a slender body mold. But when you see this figure here, I was like, man, come on, you got the body mold, so why not use it? You know, and that would have just been the perfect combination. But man, overall, this is it's gonna be a really fun addition to my collection, man. The arms, you just pull this out, and also the butterfly joints popped out as well. So be careful with that. But you would just tab these in. Hopefully this will work good on screen. And you have some swappable hands. Oh, you know what? I'm putting on Plastic Man hands. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Okay, so let's do this again. All right, so we're going to give Elongated Man his hands. Yeah, let's just show this. All right, so we got two sets of different hands on Elongated Man. So it just shows you how that looks. All right, but we're going to try to carefully pop this off without popping off the voila. All right, so we have swappable hands with Mr. Elongated Man and everything. So really cool. I mean, he has that I love that look on his face. He's just like, man, what are y'all doing? What you talking about? Like, what's up? I love it. I like that. That won me over, man. So really cool figure overall, man. And again, this is gonna be a welcome addition to my collection. This whole entire, like, the figures that I've gotten right here on this video just really adds a little bit more of that different to my overall collection, and I like that. So, all right, so we got Elongated Man and we got Plastic Man coming at you. Let's see if Plastic Man can stand on his own. You stand on your own, Plastic Man? Let's see what we got here. All right. Can he wave? There you go. He's gonna wave bye to everybody. All right, there you go, folks. I love it. Yeah, folks, let me know in the comments, which stretchy guy do you like the best? Is it Elongated Man or is it Plastic Man? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's get on to the next. All right, and last but not least, we are going to finish this thing out strong with Professor Pyg, along with special guests. And there's two figures that I've been wanting to look at for some time now, folks. I played the long game. I waited because of a specific item that ties these two together. Does this look familiar to anybody at all? All right, this little Professor Pyg mask that was split in half. This was a bit of a tease some time ago when we were given this excellent Damian Wayne figure based off the Batman Reborn comic series. Now, this is a page puncher Damian Wayne figure here. So I wanted to show some love to both he and this. Again, these are two incredible figures, folks. The Dick Grayson Batman, based off this comic here, that was included with our Damian Wayne Robin. And again, these Page Puncher figures are packaged with actual comics, folks. All right, so that's the awesome thing about it, and I love this, folks. But my camera's not my camera, but this is awesome, folks. But on my shelf, I will be pairing Professor Pyg with these two. But I definitely wanted to show some love to this dynamic duo of figures here, man. Damian Wayne, I will say, man, McFarlane handled the hood the way he should handle the hood for every figure, man. You can place the hood on this guy's head, and like this. There you go. Now that looks awesome. So this gives me hope that we will get another Green Arrow figure that will have a proper, cloth wired hood, because he handled that excellent with this Damian Wayne. So you can do both, man. But this is an awesome figure. You come with a comic, cloth wired cape here. He comes with a katana. He was packaged again. He was packaged with Professor Pyg's mask split in half. So apparently he came in contact with this dynamic duo with Damian Wayne, man, Professor Pyg, and he didn't fare well, y'all. So I just wanted to show some love to this figure here, man. I love how these two look together. Just wanted to show some love to this Damian Wayne. And again, man, this Batman as Dick Grayson as Batman. Excellent figure. Cloth wired cape, gold utility belt. Love the face sculpt. Everything. I just love this figure here. He has the knuckles with the electronic knuckle busters here to it. And he also is packaged with a series of swappable hands. Right? He also packaged with these gripping hands. I like that. He's also packaged with a weapon holding hand, which he's not packaged with any weapons. Love the fisticuffs that he's packaged with. And again, this space scope just looks so good, man. Love the emblem. And again, you can utilize this guy as your, standard Batman. If you don't want to use him as Dick Grayson, I do have the color variant to this as well. All right, so I do have the color variant to this Dick Grayson as Batman. I've kept that in package. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna move my camera up a bit so you can see. Move it back. There you go. So you can see that a little bit better. But yeah, this is the platinum edition of that Dick Grayson Batman. So want to show some love to this guy, and as well as Damian Wayne. Excellent figures overall. Now we're gonna get down to Professor Pyg, man, because he's like, man, what's up? This is my video. All right, so he is packaged with his tried and true collector's card here. All right, looking all crazy. He's gonna use a chainsaw on someone, and then we have the data file. Then we have the tried and true McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse display stand. And up next, we have a series of swappable fisted hands that we can use with our Professor Pyg. So you can attempt to give our dynamic duo the smackdown, but I don't know how well that's going to go, y'all. And here up next is the utensils. He has this butcher's knife here, decked out in all silver. Has the black here for the handle. All right, nice detail here. Then up next, we have a power drill. This man is packaged with a number of accessories, folks. So no shortage of accessories with this guy here. Power drill is decked out in kind of like a reddish orange. And the drill and everything is decked out in silver. And up next, we have pliers that he utilizes on his victim. So this guy is crazy, y'all. So this is cool, though. It's cool that we have all these accessories, but this guy is insane. And then last but not least, we have what is titled surgical tools. So he has all types of accessories. So McFarlane, I will give it to McFarlane. I always say, hey, we need more accessories, but I got to give it to McFarlane on this one. He packaged this guy with tons of accessories. You have swappable fisted hands. You also have the power drill, the butcher knife, various things that you can utilize with this guy to enhance, your crazy Professor Pyg experience versus your dynamic duo. So I like that. I think they did an excellent job with this. I'm really happy that I found this guy out in the wild with it being the platinum edition with the blood on the apron and everything. I like that. All right, this apron is composed of maybe like a soft good plastic here. I like that, man. And then here, of course, you can remove the apron. It's bolt tied to the figure, but you can remove it because this is a soft good item. And again, I love the detail here with the blood splattered all over the apron. Outside of the bloody apron, he has more of a traditional outfit with the regular casual khaki pants. He has the more of the casual I guess the shoes that you utilize, maybe like business shoes. He has a long sleeve shirt and everything. So he's dressed like he's going. If you take this apron off, he could pretty much be maybe a butcher behind a counter or something like that, or he could work in a department store minus the mask and everything. But man, when you add this right here, this crazy mask, I don't know how he looks without this mask, y'all. Who knows? But he has more of the traditional, clothing attire. He has the red bow tie and everything. So, really cool figure, man. I love how they handled the mask, the pig mask, and everything. And it definitely harkens back to what we had with this one here when he did not fare well with Damian Wayne, because I'm pretty sure that Damian Wayne did this. So we have that. Head moves all the way around. You can see the hair here, decked out in like a darker brown here. The mask is decked out in all pink, with the white eyes and everything. The lips seem to be, is there a little red highlights to the lips, I believe? Yeah, man, really cool. Again, I love these types of like villains that you don't see or hear much of. There's so many other characters outside of Joker, Riddler, and Penguin that you can explore within the DC universe. So in terms of articulation, you see he does have the waist articulation here. He has his upper torso articulation here, this little ball joint articulation. So he is well articulated for a big guy and someone who's not acrobat or anything like that. So I feel like you get enough for this creepy character that you basically just gonna have kind of looming around, lurking around, looking to cause havoc around Gotham City. So I feel like you get enough of articulation with somebody like this here, with or without the apron. I'm gonna have him with the apron. I feel like that just adds to the crazy with a figure like this here in having him with the apron. But even without the apron, this guy still looks pretty solid overall. And again, I just love all the various accessories that you can attach to somebody like this here, man. So I want to put this apron back on, y'all, because I feel like he's not complete without this crazy apron that he has drenched in blood. So let's put this back on. I will say, folks, out of the three figures, this is most definitely the standout for me, because I definitely wanted this Professor Pyg so that I can have him opposite my dynamic duo here, man. So McFarlane truly knocked it out of the park with this figure here, from all the various accessories, how he looks aesthetically with more of the practical, casual pants, shirt, bow tie, apron, the mask, and you get this crazy Gotham villain. I was really happy with this figure here, and again, he's the standout from this wave. And yeah, with that being said, folks, we're gonna get on to the next segment. All right, let's get to it. All right, folks, that is a wrap. That's all I have for this episode. Hope you all enjoyed this review, man. What fun figures to have within my collection, man. I was really happy, happy to have found these guys out in the wild. Did not think I'd have as much fun as I did with both Ralph Dibny, Elongated Man. Man, I tell you, Blackhawk, love this figure here. And again, love these classic, more grounded legacy characters. Yet another welcome addition to my overall collection. Again, man, Professor Pyg, the standout. I just love these crazy Gotham villains. I'm a Batman guy, so ties to Batman. Man, a huge shout out to the cameos or the additional characters that we had in this episode with both the Batman Reborn figure as well as Robin. Two excellent figures as well that I will be pairing up with my Professor Pyg. And I cannot forget about Plastic Man. I know he's in the background going, man, what about me? Plastic Man, I love this figure, man. And again, he has been such a highlight for my overall shelf. With whatever Justice League team you have, it really adds that extra bit of a quirky personality, which Ralph Dibny, Elongated Man, will be doing as well. So again, man, really happy to have all these figures as part of my collection, folks. I appreciate you all. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about these new additions? I do have Zatanna coming, as well as the Fire and Ice characters. So stay tuned for that. Again, folks, let me know in the comments, what do you think about these characters? What have you been collecting and everything? So let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts and everything in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you have social media, follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you have those outlets. Hype the video. There's an option to hype the video. I appreciate that. That helps get my video out there more in the YouTube algorithm. All right, folks, I'm out of here. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And from Detective Ralph Didney. Until next time, bye for now.